Lawyers, we work hard to help you get all the money you deserve. Call All Nights.
We are excited to announce that the Medicare Specialist is now the 64 Insurance Group. And while we've expanded our portfolio to include other health insurance products, we are still your go-to for all things Medicare. Don't wait until you're 65 to call. Are you 64.com.
Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
First tonight, remembering a young, bright life gone too soon. It is homecoming week for Thompson High School, and students are making sure the family of Nyla Tutt is part of their activities.
Right now, family and friends are getting ready for a balloon release in her memory. That's where our Sydney Hood is live for us. Sydney.
It's been a tough week for her family and friends, knowing that they'll never see her physically. But one thing's for sure, Nyla Tutt's spirit, it's forever in the hearts of all of these people that are coming out here tonight.
Next up, we have Miss Nyla Tutt.
We never realize how precious a video is until it's all we have of someone.
We could be a Nyla. We could be a Nyla. It would be a perfect world almost. If everybody just did what Nyla did. Just be nice. We live in a better world.
A world without Nyla Tutt seems almost impossible.
It hurts, just to know that, well, she never hear Nyla laugh again. She had a distinct laugh. No one else gonna laugh like Nyla.
There's no one else.
She'll make you laugh if you had a bad day.
Like Nyla.
She never gave up. She tried. She kept fighting. She kept trying to do whatever it was that she wanted. She was gonna get it done.
And she did.
She started out as quiet, shy. I had to always ask her to do little things, and she would do it, but reserved.
But now her voice is heard everywhere.
We would normally have to say, "Who's next? Who's next?" She jumped up and was just like, "My name is Nyla Tutt, and today I'm, and did her thing."
And her thing was simply being there with a smile.
No matter when I saw her, she was gonna always smile for me or make that little laugh.
That's all Nyla, full of laughter, full of smiles, full of life.
It's heartbreaking to know Nyla's gone. Realization has really started to sink in now.
And you can definitely see just by looking at this turnout right now, everyone's coming out with their pink and purple balloons in true Nyla fashion. Those are her two favorite colors. You can see just how many lives she's touched. Everyone out here has a Nyla story to share, and if you don't know who Nyla Tutt is, do yourself a favor, come talk to anyone out here, and I guarantee you'll feel like you're best friends with her by the end of the night.
No doubt about that, Sydney, and hopefully these stories and those video memories will help Nyla's friends and family just have a little comfort during a difficult time.
Right. Like she said, it's starting to sink in for so many of them. I'm sure it still feels sort of surreal, but our thoughts and prayers certainly with all of them. And as we look to the weather now, as they get ready for that balloon release, we're hoping they have clearer skies, because right now it's looking a little bit cloudy out there, Riley.
Yeah, guys, we're going to hang on.
Already been removed, but some remain scattered off at a distance.
Central Services says they plan on looking into more lighting for the tracks in the future.
Tonight, the Edgefield School District and Strom-Thurmond High School sending their condolences to the family of Jacqueline Ballard. She passed away unexpectedly last week. She was in her third year of teaching over at Strom-Thurmond High School, but had more than 16 years of experience in the classroom.
Fall is here and winter is right around the corner. With the change in seasons also comes an increase in illnesses like cold, flu, and RSV, all of which can be deadly, especially for babies. The CDC tracked data in Georgia for the month of August. The number of kids hospitalized from RSV increased from 2 in every 100,000 to 7 per 100,000 for kids ages 4 and younger. That was just the jump from August 5th to the 19th. And most of those hospitalizations were in babies less than a year old. Augusta University says so far this year, we have already had 85 children admitted for it. But in July, the CDC approved 2 new shots. One is a vaccine and the other is an antibody treatment. Local doctors are calling groundbreaking and life-saving. Our Hallie Turner joins us from the newsroom. So why should parents be aware of this, Hallie?
Well, before the antibody shot was received,
received that approval in July. Doctors tell me unless a child's oxygen levels were critical, they would send you home, tell you to get a snot sucker like this one, or some saline spray to loosen your child's airways. But doctors say you now have a new way to protect yourself and those around you. Janice Spada says his daughter Amelia was a happy, energetic newborn until February of 2023.
She's very active. She just wasn't. She just wanted to like cuddle up on you the whole entire day. When we noticed that she was kind of like breathing a little bit shallower, we just decided to take her to urgent care.
At 6 months old, baby Amelia tested positive for RSV.
RSV causes a huge amount of mucus. That mucus will clog those small airways. People like you and me, we've got room in our airways to handle some extra mucus, but little kid with very small airways, just a tiny bit of mucus can really obstruct those.
Kelsey Sauls says that was the case for her 7-month-old son Elijah. Both of these first-time parents were terrified.
It was scary, just because like the first thing that you think about when you hear RSV is like the worst case scenario, like the baby's on the ventilator.
Over the last several years, RSV numbers here locally have fluctuated.
In the last month or two, we've seen high numbers of RSV, and then it'll go down, and then it comes back up.
In 2016, more than 180 children were hospitalized. During COVID, when everyone was quarantined, RSV decreased to 150. Now, in 2023, more than 80 kids have been admitted to the hospital so far this year, with the season just ramping up.
Vast majority of hospitalizations are in completely healthy kids. And
to cut down on hospitalizations, the CDC and FDA approved a new antibody shot for children ages 0 to 1.
Or children under 1 year should have access this year to a preventive medicine that will help protect them from hospitalizations and severe infections.
Something Dr. Etchenberger says is groundbreaking.
Feels very much like a major breakthrough in something we've been working on for decades, since before I was born.
In Augusta, Hallie Turner on your side. Now, they also have a new vaccine for pregnant women between 32 and 36 weeks who can take the vaccine to protect their babies up to their first 6 months of life from RSV. Doctors say they expect this to be available within the next few weeks.
Certainly will be a game changer for a lot of families. Hallie, thanks for explaining that to us.
Well, days before the start of flu season, DHEC is confirming South Carolina's first flu-associated death of the season. It's happening in the Midlands. Over at Prisma Children's Hospital in Columbia, doctors say they're already seeing a handful of RSV cases among those pediatric patients. Doctors say washing your hands frequently and staying home when you're sick are both critical to stop the spread. And they want to remind you also, vaccination is an important option.
The more children that we get vaccinated, the better we can deal with viruses that spread around our community, but also allows for what we call herd immunity.
And doctors say you can get the flu and COVID vaccines at the same time, but for older Americans who qualify for the RSV shot, they do recommend getting that at a different time. Breaking news out of Augusta, 3 Richmond County schools reporting that weapons have been found on their campuses.
The information comes from letters sent home to parents, a gun found at A. Bryan Mary Elementary just yesterday. Today, a pocket knife found at Laney High School, and a taser found at Glen Hills Middle today as well.
The school district says the students involved will be addressed by the Student Code of Conduct, and no students or staff were injured. Riley?
Well, we've been tracking a few showers out there today, but those will come to an end tonight, and we do dry things out as we head into the weekend. We'll have that full forecast next.
Time and temp.
Station today.
A quick heads up, if you're heading eastbound into South Carolina later tonight, GDOT says starting at 10 o'clock, the right lane will be closed all the way up to exit 1 Martintown Road. Crews are going to be setting beams for that new eastbound bridge. That work's expected to be wrapped up by 7 o'clock in the morning for your morning drive to work, but you can expect to see more of these lane closures Friday night as well.
Turning to weather now, we've got some cloudy skies out there. A little bit of a cooler day too, Riley.
Absolutely, guys. We actually had high temperatures close to 15 degrees below average for this time of year. All thanks to the cloudy skies. We had a good steady northeast wind just into next week as well. Here's a look at our next 7 days. You can see our temperatures not really going to change too much. We're going to see lows in the low 60s, highs in the 80s, and just gradually starting to see more sunshine getting closer to the weekend.
Riley, thank you. September is Ovarian and Uterine Cancer Awareness Month. Ovarian cancer, the second most common gynecologic cancer in the U.S., and cancer treatments, no matter the kind, are rough on the patient.
Now, as Taylor Martin reports, doctors are teaming up with a local support group to make a group of patients feel special before the month is out.
It was 4 years ago when Suzanne Bedachek was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. I was booing like a baby.
Now she's a nurse at the Georgia Cancer Center helping patients going through the same thing she went through on her journey.
You don't know how supportive you are till you've been through it, and you can be more support to them. You know exactly what they're going through as a person and as a patient.
Today, she and other patients and survivors are getting all dolled up with a mani-pedi, thanks to the CSRA Gynecological Cancer Support Group. She says it's an exciting, relaxing time where they don't have to think about cancer or their treatments.
I got excited coming in. I ain't gonna tell you this story. Yeah, the manicure I got made me feel really good.
According to Dr. Bunja Rundrang, nearly 20,000 women are diagnosed with ovarian cancer each year.
Chemotherapy and the radiation that you get for those treatments, you have hair loss associated with it, you also have nail and skin changes associated with it, and that can also affect your self-image.
Giving survivors and women going through chemotherapy even more of a reason to treat themselves.
They just don't really prioritize taking care of themselves for time just for themselves. They're trying to get through their treatments and then still live a life at the same time. So this tells them it's okay to take time to take care of themselves as well.
And if you'd like information on this support group, we'll post it all on our website. But a great way to let those women know that they're cared about and supported in their journey.
And just have a day to step away from all that.
Totally.
Well, on Friday night, the Lakeside Panthers and the Evans Knights are going to renew that long rivalry. Next in sports, we're going to hear from the Panthers ahead of that first game of region play.
First Alert Radar.
All night.
On your sideline, sports brought to you by the Hog Law Group.
The phrase, "this town ain't big enough for the two of us," takes a whole new meaning when the Evans Knights and the Lakeside Panthers clash on the football field. The rivalry between Evans and Lakeside goes back a long way, and even though both the Knights and the Panthers have had their shares of ups and downs to start their seasons, you can bet they're going to be bringing their A games on Friday night. When it comes to Lakeside, anytime you have a quarterback who's his first year under center and a brand new offense, it takes a little bit of time to get everyone on the same page. The Knights will be the Panthers' first test in region play on a night that's likely to be anything but normal.
This rivalry is different because at one point they used to share fields. Evans and Lakeside used to share fields, and it's just a battle of, who's going to be more physical, who's going to be the tougher team here.
In non-region play, you can you can make mistakes, you can, do stuff, but now every game is, serious. Like, you can't lose games, so we have to turn it up so we can, become region champions.
Last year's game was certainly one to remember. Lakeside was down 20-2 at one point, and they stormed back to beat Evans 21-20. The battle for the soul of Columbia County is one of the games you can choose to be our Under the Lights game of the week. Scan the code on your screen now or log onto our website to cast your vote.
Dan, thanks so much. New tonight, the Burke County School District announcing their 5 finalists for Teacher of the Year. Laura Dickey Billings from Waynesboro Primary, Sonia Lane from SGA Elementary, Valencia Leslie from Blakeney Elementary, Merritt King from Burke High School, and then Tredicari Cotty from Burke Middle. Let me know if I got that wrong. I'm sure I'll hear from you tonight. In 2 days, the finalists will be selected during Burke County Bears halftime game. Okay, 3 seniors from Augusta Prep being recognized on the national level for their academic performance. Maya Nussbaum, a National Merit Scholarship Program semifinalist. That puts her in the finals, which will be announced later in the school year. Also, seniors Annabelle and Chance have each received academic honors from the College Board. To be considered for the honors, students have to have a 3.5 GPA. They also have to be in the top 10% for the PSAT. Congrats to all of you.
Now take a look at this. The Thompson Bulldogs took time out of their day to go visit and read to elementary students. This was the pre-K class over at Maxwell Elementary. This week, the Thompson Bulldogs getting ready to defend their state title and preparing for their homecoming game on Friday.
I love that. Taking the reading to the kids. I'm sure they were impressed.
Yeah,
in their
very
jerseys
exciting.
too.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure those little kids love seeing those big football players there, and definitely a great initiative reading to them. We are looking at a little bit nicer weather over the next couple of days, staying dry and temperatures gradually warming up over the next couple of afternoons. Now look at that 7-day just after the break.
You're watching News 12 on your side.
We are excited to announce that the Medicare Specialist is now the 64 Insurance Group. And while we've expanded our portfolio to include other health insurance products, we are still your go-to for all things Medicare. Don't wait until you're 65 to call. Are you 64.com.
Are you ready to road?
The spirit shit once, and you'll never forget it.
Hey, Jill, what's the matter?
Man, this name change is stressing me out.
Everyone will know we still specialize in Medicare.
Yeah, I know that. What about this?
Are you 64.com?
We've got a lot of news coming up. The people behind Las Vegas Magic possibly going on strike, the trouble for 3 major casino companies in Vegas, and the demands from hospitality workers. That and more news tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
All right, I want to briefly show you this really cool video we got sent to us from some viewers from the CSRA that actually down at Disney. They captured this Monday night of a really cool lightning strike right over Magic Kingdom. So this is at Disney World down in Orlando. Great view there. If you ever see any cool weather videos or pictures you have, you can always submit that through our weather app or our website. Love sharing those. Our high temperatures over the next couple of days are going to start getting a little bit warmer than the 70s that we saw this afternoon. 80 degrees tomorrow, 83 Friday. We'll stay in the mid 80s likely through the weekend and early next week. And this is going to be the last weekend of September, believe it or not. Looking ahead to the first week of October, looks like our temperatures are going to be trending above average. So average lows for the first week of October, anywhere from around 82, 83 degrees. So that's just looking at our potential to be above that number. So it looks like those mid 80s stick around most of next week as well. But waking up in the low 60s, highs in the 80s, not too bad.
We're over here reliving Mission Space, and I need some fresh air now. Riley, thanks. Our next live update comes at 7 o'clock on NBC 26.
We'll see you at 11.